Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick review on how to use the distributive property for algebraic expressions. We did this a while ago, but I'm just going to do a quick recap. You can just watch these and then I'll just do a couple for you to try as well. So I have not used this pen thing in forever, so this should be interesting. So what you do is you have a number on the outside of a pair of parentheses. So what you do is you multiply that outside number by everything on the inside. So I'm multiplying 4 times n, which is 4n. I don't know why there's a red circle, but that's okay. So 4 times n. Then you bring down the symbol, so plus sign. Then I'm going to multiply 4 times 5, which is 20. Ooh, that's a really bad 2. So I get 4n plus 20. I can't add the 4 and the 20 together and call it 24n because if you remember from before, a number stuck to a letter. So in this case, the 4 is stuck to the letter. Wow, I can't think. A coefficient. Wow, that's a coefficient. So the number stuck to the letter is the coefficient. The number all by itself is the constant. So remember, you can't add constants and coefficients together. All right, so I'm going to try the next one. So I have a 12 on the outside of a pair of parentheses. So I'm going to do 12 times 2, which is 24. And this has, the 2 has a y next to it, so you just put a y next to your answer. So 24y. Bring down the minus sign. And then you're going to do 12 times 3, which is 36. Okay, so your answer is 24y minus 36. 24 is a coefficient. 36 is a constant, so you cannot combine them. Okay, so that'll be your final answer. For the next one, I'm going to do 1/2 times 6. 1/2 basically is the same exact thing as dividing by 2. So really, if I'm doing 1/2 times 6, it's really just 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And then it has a coefficient, so I'll put the letter next to it. Bring down my minus sign. And then 1/2 times 2 is really just 2 divided by 2, which is 1. And then put the variable next to it. So I have 3y minus 1z. If you have a coefficient of 1, you don't really have to write it. So you could just write 3y minus z, and that's the same exact thing. The last one here, I'm going to do 9 times 6, which is 54. And then I'm going to bring down the plus sign. And I'm going to do 9 times x, which is 9x. And I'm going to bring down my plus sign. Plus sign is from here. Then I'm going to do 9 times 2, which is 18. Now this one we can simplify a little bit more. See how 54 and 18 are all by themselves. They're constants. You are allowed to add those together. So that's going to be 9x. Keep the 9x by itself. Plus, if you add 54 and 18, you get 72. So 9x plus 72. So that would be your final answer for that one. Okay, so you're multiplying the outside number by everything on the inside. If there's pluses or minuses, you put them between the answers. If you have a coefficient, a number stuck next to a letter, and then you have a number all by itself, which is a constant, you can't combine those. So that would be your final answer. However, if you have a problem like this and there are 2 constants, you can combine those ones. So I'm going to have you, if you have a piece of paper or whatever, I'm going to have you try this one first. This is going to take a second to load. So multiply 7 times a, write your answer. And then 7 times 2, write your answer. Make sure you have a plus sign between. So you can pause and try that one. When you're done, try this one. Multiply 3 times d, put that answer, bring down the minus sign, do 3 times 11, write down that answer. You could pause and finish that. You can try this one. This one's a little bit trickier. I would just change the 2/3 to a 2 just to make your life easier, just to make sure you understand the skill. Or you could keep it a fraction if you want. If you don't want to, you can just pretend 2/3 is a 2. Do the same exact thing. And then this would be the last one to try. This one you're going to be able to combine a few things because you'll have a few constants. Okay, so it's always the outside number times everything on the inside, and then bring down your pluses and your minuses. Okay, so that's it. So see if you could try those.